What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Big Vern here at App Stupid Studios. App like you got some sense. Smash the like button. It costs you absolutely nothing. It goes a long way and it helps the channel. If you're just joining us for the first time, welcome to the fastest growing sports and entertainment show on these internet streets. I'm Big Vern. Got a great show lined up for you today. Talking some California Golden Bears. Why I feel like that's one of the sneaky dangerous teams in the ACC nobody should be overlooking. Also, we'll stay in the ACC when we talk about the Syracuse Orangemen. How good are they really? Because they got Kyle McCord, who left Ohio State. And then they got the defensive coordinator from Georgia, who's up there as the head coach. We'll get into that. We'll dive into that situation. Then we'll ask the question, Oregon, are you sold on the Oregon Fighting Ducks? I'm never going to doubt Dan Lanning and company, but from what I've seen, it doesn't look dominant enough. And being that they're in the new Big Ten, I don't know what that's going to look like. I don't know what that's going to look like. Also, congratulations to Coach Sharon Moore. We were asking the question, is this standard business practices in Michigan to tell a guy he's got a job in January, we're going to give him these many years at this amount of money, and then not sign the contract, and you're already almost 2 games. Well, now you're really 3 games into the season. And yeah, that thing just got done Wednesday. So congratulations to him. Finally, like I said, we'll talk some IU football. Are you buying Signetti? I know they had a convincing win last weekend. However, does it move the needle for you? If you're a Hoosier fan like myself, does this move the needle for you? And you'll be surprised at my reaction. Then we'll wrap it up. We asked the good folks at Iowa State, will you be the 12th team in the playoff? Those are just fair questions, because looking at their schedule, and if they run the table, they beat the in-state rival, Iowa. And going forward, we'll break down their schedule, what they can look forward to, look at the quarterback play. We'll get into all of that. But as always, we're going to go ahead and take a quick 20 from an unofficial sponsor of the show. This is Big Vern. Drop the spot. Yes, BK, have it your way. Have it your way, because you rule. So, I'm not going to go ahead and bury the lead on this one. Just going to get out in front of it. The California Golden Bears, a really, really dangerous team. And I don't know why legacy media, they're not covering them at all. Now, here in the Midwest, we don't get many California Golden Bear games. But the Pac-12, with the explosion of the Pac-12, or implosion, and the Big Ten and ACC to pick the bones, some programs are announcing to the country they are sneaky good, and Cal is one of those teams. This isn't your grandfather's Pac-12 team. This is something different. And I bring that up is the ignorance of most of these sports writers. And when LSU played USC, they were looking at who USC used to be. None of them covered DeAnton Lynn. We covered him. We covered what his resume is and how he's able to go ahead and get defenses to respond very early. So it really shocked people when USC was one of the worst teams against the run last year to being one of the run stoppers this year. And it's only propelled them into being ranked. And then they are looking like a real player in the Big Ten. But I digress. Now, I know what you're saying, Vernon. Are you a prisoner of the moment? I don't know. Am I? Or do I trust my eyes? And I'll say it's the latter. The defense is holding teams to 14 points a game. They average 2 to 3 interceptions a game. Yes, I'll hear the pushback, Vern. It's UC Irvine. Okay, that's something. But what about Auburn? At Auburn. Yeah. What about Auburn at Auburn? 4 picks and a forced fumble. The score wasn't reflective of that game at all. 21-7. That was what the score was at the start of the fourth quarter. Fernando freaking Mendoza played his ass off. 24-36 for 233 yards and 2 touchdowns and no picks. He did this to an SEC defense. But whatever you think about Auburn and Freeze and the boys, they are still a respected SEC defense. Auburn is a brand. And you take a Cal team, nobody gave a chance in hell going down to Auburn and then making this look bad. What do you got? What do you got to say about that? Like I said, very sneaky good team. Give me a quick rap album we're promoting this month. This your boy Big Vern. Drop the spot. I know you ain't gonna believe this, but we got another rap album we're promoting this month. LL Cool J, The Force, in stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My favorites on the album is Spirit of Cyrus, Saturday Night Special, Black Code Suite, Passion, and The Vow. Many more. LL Cool J, The Force, in stores now. Yeah, shout out to James Todd. He's playing no games. Yeah, The Force by LL Cool J, a really good project. So when we last left off, we were talking about how good California's defense was against the Auburn Tigers. Wow, it just got bad. It got bad. But this week they play San Diego State. They should beat them, and then they go into ACC play. And a lot of teams will get exposed in that matchup. And here's how I'll approach the schedule. We know Florida State is an abject failure. That's a dumpster fire. It doesn't bear repeating. Not going to beat a dead horse. Miami, that game is blockbuster. Miami versus Cal is blockbuster. Pittsburgh, they're going to beat Pittsburgh. Despite people's disposition and criticism of me and North Carolina State, I still think North Carolina State is a player in the ACC. This game is a trap game for North Carolina State because they can't go into this like Auburn did, or they will be made to look silly. And having not only an in-conference loss to Cal, but also having the trouncing that was done by Tennessee, that's not going to look good. That's not going to look good. Not going to hold you on that. Old school game, Oregon State, they got them. We'll see what Oregon State looks like because they have Oregon this week. So that's a good rivalry game for them. Wake Forest, that's another team. Wake Forest could easily be right now 2-0 and looking at a game against an SEC opponent in Ole Miss. And I know Ole Miss has been carving up people, and I've even praised Jackson Dart. He's in our top quarterbacks to take a look at. And we'll release quarterbacks, the top quarterbacks in week 2 of college football. But I don't know. I don't know where you go with that game. Now, do I think Ole Miss can beat Wake Forest? Yes. But will it be as dominant as what they were able to do to Furman and all these other groups? Who knows? Just something to go ahead and keep your eye on. Syracuse, that's another team of the unknowns. So 2 teams of the unknowns play each other. Then you finish out with Stanford and SMU. Again, I think what the SEC commissioner has done, and is very good and crafty on him, is to get sneaky teams into the ACC, and you don't know from 1 week to the next who's going to be dominant and what program is going to be on top of the hill. And that makes it very compelling. And I'll tell you what I mean by compelling. So if you have in the SEC where you know it's going to be Georgia, Alabama, LSU, Tennessee is now in a revival, and Ole Miss. Those are the 5 teams right there every year. The rest of those teams don't have a shot. Now, Texas has come along. They're really good. Oklahoma has come along. They're really good. But traditionally, you had those 5, and that was it. Everybody else was they were just names on the schedule. Now, in a conference where you don't have a definitive number 1 team, right now, I put the 1 and 2 teams in the ACC at Louisville and Miami. Then you have Syracuse. Then you have Cal. So that's what I mean. All of these names have a rotating galley. And I understand people have Clemson in there, but nobody knows really what Clemson is going to look like. You can't get destroyed by another ranked team and then turn around, beat up on an FCS school, and now everybody's happy. That looks weird. Give me another 20 from another rap album we're promoting. This is Big Burn. Drop the spot.
Y'all know what we do, and you know why I'm here. We got another rap album we promoting this month. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Big Sean, out right now in stores. Better Me Than You. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites: Iconic, Typecast, Break the Cycle, It Is What It Is, and many more. Big Sean in stores now.
Yeah, shout out to Big Sean. Better Me Than You in stores now. Just a good album. So, wrapping this up again, Cal, they don't play Louisville or Clemson and North Carolina, but they get Miami, and that game could have huge implications. They could wind up in the ACC championship game, beat Louisville. And if you're a Cardinal fan, you need to keep your eye out on this team because they play team defense. They fly off the ball, creating turnovers. They tackle really well in space. Mendoza is dangerous when he leaves the pocket. He's constantly looking downfield to make the right throw, and it seems like he's been doing that. Credit to them and the coaching staff. So I know legacy media is not going to talk about them. I know they're not going to give them their props, but I will. I'm going to keep on talking about things because that's how we do. We don't follow the trend. The algorithm follows us. But I could have it wrong. The good folks of Cal, let me know. Are you really that good? Or are you just in a bad conference? This is Big